Hello everyone, welcome to a little bit of bonus SWTOR coverage for today. My day went long, so there's no way I was going to get a full Stardew stream in tonight, because that would put me till like 3 or 4 in the morning. So we'll play a little SWTOR. So glad to have you with us. If you've never seen our SWTOR, I went ahead and left the extra life stuff on. I'm not going to push it too much. Hey, Queen Mother. Yeah, it's definitely late. It's 11 here. I just got home from work, so it's one of those things that, like I said, there's no way I was going to get 4 hours. Like, I could stay up. I just don't think that people want to be up till 4, 5, 6 in the morning. So I thought we'd just play a little Star Wars. So let's take a look. I have not planned any of this, but what we normally do is we normally go after what we call Conquest. Conquest is kind of a guild thing that we work on. Yeah, definitely shaking it up a little bit. Timing more than anything. I didn't want to rush through a Stardew stream, so. Yeah, no, all is good. I just had an event tonight that ran long, so it took me a little bit longer to get home than I thought it was going to. I was hoping to get home between 9 and 10, and didn't get home till 11. So, all right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the Conquest, see what we've got. I do believe I have invaded a planet. Yet we have. We've invaded Section X. When we run Conquest, we normally look at this. The other thing we want to check on. Cool. Okay. So Saturday, I think we'll do the Rat Ghoul Resurgence event. So we'll go into the Rat Ghoul tunnels. And does it say what planet it's on? Doesn't say. But we'll go and we'll rid the world of the scourge that is Rat Ghoul. Yeah, it was a good event. It was a game development event, kind of a project night. So everybody got together and showed what they were working on and stuff like that. So it was fun. But I'm the host, so I kind of had to be there. Okay, let's jump right in. We'll play for a couple hours, probably. We'll see if we make Conquest on a couple of characters. Let's see, last time we ran Balmora? No. We ran Belsavis. And we ran Coruscant. I think that's the only two that we ran. We ran CZ. We ran Ziost. We ran Rishi. Alright, we could do Kessen's Landing or Runic. Those are newer. Manon is newer. See if anything else on the list looks any good. I think I'll save Coruscant, CZ, and Ziost for a second character. So let's run... Oh, we just did Kessen's Landing not that long ago. I'm torn on those. Oricon, I feel like we've done relatively recently. I don't like Makeb. We're not going to do Makeb. Yavin 4. Yavin 4 is fun. Let's start with Yavin 4. So let's talk a little Star Wars history and lore. You might recognize the name Yavin 4. Yavin 4 is the moon of a planet, so the fourth moon of Yavin. Yavin being a gas giant. And it is where in Star Wars A New Hope, so Episode 4, or the first Star Wars movie that came out, that's where the rebels put their base. And then it's where the Death Star orbited and tried to catch them. Spoilers if you haven't seen the movie that came out in 1977. I'm begging you. But in this game's timeline, we are... Oh, what is it? Like 3,000 years before any of that happened. So we are safe. The Empire won't get to us. I apologize. I just clicked on all those. We're just grabbing missions. Okay, so these are what's called dailies. Up here in the upper right-hand corner, you can see that I now have all these missions that I can run. They're called dailies because you can run them every day. And if you look here at the bottom, we've got something called a weekly. So weekly says to run 8 missions. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But 2 of these missions we're going to pick up in the field. So we're going to go ahead and use our quick travel ability, and we're going to go, we are here. We're going to go all the way to the west side and work our way back to the east. I know some players like to start east and work west. It just kind of depends on what you feel like doing. In the world of Star Wars The Old Republic, the missions also sometimes have secondary bonus missions that are not required. We do those occasionally where we can or where they seem appropriate. So we have run these enough times that we've got it down to a pretty good pattern. So we got to collect 6 of these little things. We do have a companion with us. So our companion will help us in combat and things like that. I currently have my companion set to DPS. So DPS stands for damage, or damage per second. Both the players and the companions can fall into 3 different roles. The first role is called a tank, and so they are very, very defensive characters. So they often are on the front lines trying to protect the other players. The second role is DPS, like we mentioned. They are the damage dealers. It's their jobs to kill stuff. And the third role are what we call heals or healers, and it's their job to heal the party up. Depending on what type of content you're playing. I can switch my companion to all 3 roles, so based off of what I need. So I'm geared up as a DPS, and I put my companion on DPS. So we just try to kill stuff faster than it can kill us. That's our general theory here. Now, we've only picked up 5 of 15 for this bonus quest. So we might just skip it. That puts us at 7. Let's get this elite down here. And then we'll see if we want to backtrack. And if you know everything I just talked about, I apologize. But I do like to try to be complete, especially if you've never played a game like this. Persistent World MMO style games. It does not surprise me that aggression would be your solution. You don't need heals if you stabby them enough, right? That is actually how I am set up right now. This is literally what we're doing. It's like, I don't need to heal if I can just kill you faster than you can hurt me. Like, we can take them down fast enough that... I mean, I'm at 80 or 67% health right now, so... But that is exactly the way I'm playing right now, is if we put out enough damage, our damage will outdamage your damage. And so, who needs a healer when I can kill you before you do much damage to me, so... So we are definitely in a high aggression mode. For a tougher fight, honestly, I don't know if there's anything on Yavin that I'm going to switch to a healer. There are definitely some fights, though, that I will switch to a healer. Like if we run any heroics or anything like that, we'll probably switch to a healer. But for this content, we are content to dual DPS it. Alright, I'm going to pull that group over there. And then I'm going to send my companion over to fight this group over here. And I'm going to grab this group here. And we're going to hope that they all come here to the middle. And then we do just what's called an area attack. Take them all out. This will be kind of a mini boss in here, but I still think we can out DPS it, so it's only an elite, so I think we'll be alright. Plus it's melee, so it has to get to us before it can attack. The advantage of being ranged. Oh, my companion must have killed Kyler, my friend. This is true. Kyler was at the event, and yeah, we didn't get out till a little bit later than I thought. And as I was kind of looking at it, I'm like, I'm okay. I could actually play a 4-hour stream. Unfortunately, I just don't know how many people would stay up. Play until 3 or 4 in the morning, so I thought, you know what? You guys got me talking about Extra Life at the event anyway, so I thought, let's just go ahead and we'll play a little Extra Life driven SWTOR. I can still get a couple of hours in. And then I don't shortchange my Stardew streams. Question is, do I swap Saturday? I don't think I will. I think we'll do the Rat Goal event on Saturday. But I did kind of want to finish spring this week, so it's going to slow me down a little bit, but not too bad. Alright, so there's 1 of 8 that we have to get done. Yeah, pew pew in Star Wars, right? Alright, so the second mission we're going to pick up in the field is this one right here. Come on, there we go. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to try to gather up some of these NPCs. Just get them to chase us. And we'll bring them all here to the center. There we go. We knocked out the bonus mission in 1 fight. How efficient.
You saved my life. We were dead. And you... Thank you.
If you watch me play Stardew, you'll see similar gaming patterns, right? Like, you're going to see me do things where it's like, well, if I do it this way, I can save 2 seconds and I can do something faster. Less automation here, maybe, than Stardew, but... let's see if I can get one of these without pulling aggro.
I can make it back to camp.
Perfect. We're out of here. Oh, let's go to the yellow speeder. It's a little bit longer journey, so hopefully we'll get more than 1 turbo boost. Are you home already, Kyler, or are you still... Oh, Kyle's here as well. Holy cow. We got a Kyler and a Kyle. Are you guys still in the building, or did you leave? Well, that's good. At least you made it home safe. Oh, I miss having a leap. Some classes you can jump up there and attack your target. I have to walk around. Late night pizza. Is midnight pizza taste better than afternoon pizza? Ah, nice. Yeah, I think we all kind of made a mass exodus once we all started to leave it. I think we all pretty much dumped out of there. Alright, we're going to send our companion over to fight that guy. We'll knock these guys down as they chase after our companion. And then out of sheer laziness, I'm going to tell my companion to come back to me. And then that will draw the enemies over to me so I don't have to walk. Although I still have to go loot, I guess. All right, we'll loot that later. All right. We'll scan that little tower right through the rock. All right, again, in the spirit of general efficiency, area attacks if you're fighting more than one opponent are nice. So we're going to attack this guy because this guy is melee. So he'll come to us, but he's ranged. So he would not come to us. So we should be able to knock them both down. If there's loot involved, it's probably worth it. Come on, shoot me. Shoot me. Shoot me. Alright. I had a reflection shield on. If he would have shot me, I would have healed up, but he chose not to. Yeah, so we were talking a little bit tonight about content in the Old Republic. As much as I love this game, I can't wholeheartedly recommend it unless you are way behind on the content. So if you haven't played it in years, there's a ton of content that you could play. But we're actually talking tonight. The problem I'm starting to run into here a little bit is I've done everything for the most part. There's nothing new, and I'm waiting for content. So it is getting to be a little... I don't say I'm worried yet. You know, I don't think it's to that stage. But I am waiting in anticipation. They're supposed to do a live stream here in February. And I'm hoping that they put out a strong roadmap of... Here's what we're planning for the year. Here's the kind of stuff that you're going to see, because I'm only playing mostly once a week right now. And even playing once a week, I'm burning through the content. I can't imagine if I was playing every day. So I'm, we'll just say concerned. Concerned that the content rate's not keeping up with the consumption rate. Oh no, like, if you've never played the Old Republic, there's literally, if you just wanted to play every story once, like, so a very minimal level, there's probably... $800 to $1,000 hours of gameplay, and that's probably conservative, right? Like, the amount of content in this game is ridiculous. If you've never played it. Now, I've played all that content most of the time, multiple times. So yeah, I'm not, definitely don't want to bash on the game. It's, and if you love Star Wars, it's a fun game. It's very story driven as well. There's a lot of good. But I've played since launch, so I'm definitely at that point where I've pretty much seen and done everything. The only exception being there's definitely some multiplayer group-based stuff that there's like one or two bosses I haven't fought, stuff like that. Oh yeah, if you're in a good guild as well. The volume of the combat seems a little high. Let me know if my voice and the combat volumes are okay. The meters look like they're peaking up a little higher than they normally do, but might just be my imagination. So let me know if I need to turn it down a little bit. Especially when there's explosions going off. My headphone volume and the stream output volume are not linked, so what I hear isn't necessarily the same as what's going out on the stream. Oh, there's a whole group. Look at that. Holy cow, what are they doing? There's something going on there. Wonder if they're going to go fight the boss. We'll run over there. If we can tag on to a group fighting the boss, we could potentially... Okay, everything's still in balance. Cool. Alright, we're going to follow that group. See what's going on here. Because there is over here, like up in that area, there's like a world boss type of thing. We'll be able to tell real quick, because if they went back there... Yeah, see, all these guys should be dead. And they're not. Or all these guys should be dead and they're not. So, okay. Well, I guess it was just a group running together, because I don't see any... Yeah, I don't see a fight going on back in there. Alright, never mind. I'll take a cheap achievement. Okay, let's see. We need one droid. We need 6 supplies. We need to click that thing right there. So let's do that now. Cool. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks. So yeah, I wouldn't steer anybody away from the game, for sure. Especially if you haven't played. Or haven't played even in the last few years. We'll see if my voice holds out, though, because after talking, especially when you're in big groups like that and you have to talk louder, I can feel it a little bit. I don't know if it's coming across as raspy, but I can definitely feel that I've been talking all night. Okay, so the highlight of the event for me, so like I said, it was a group of people getting together showing the game stuff they're working on. We had a dad and his son, who the kid was 6 years old, and he worked with his dad to put his ideas, and he drew little concept art sketches and everything, and he made his own game, and then dad helped build it in Unreal. And we played, it was something like zombie stomping or something like that. But I was like a knight, and I went around and I fought zombies. And then I talked to the 6-year-old afterwards, and he basically laid out his plans for the final level, where you fight a robot and you take the parts apart and you build your own robot out of the parts. That little kid was awesome. Six years old, what are you doing with your life when a 6-year-old is doing all that kind of work? Makes me feel lazy. I got to talk to the dad a little bit. It's like, it was just really cool that... Oh, we missed something. What are we still missing? 6 more guys, okay. Just that him and his son can bond that way. You know, it may not last, you know, kids change in what they want to do, but it's definitely pretty cool. Yeah, it was awesome. And even at 6, that kid, he was bouncing around and playing other people's games and holding his own. He was over playing Knockout Arcade with the creator of that game, and actually doing quite well. So, got a little gaming prodigy on our hands. What do we still need? What do we still need? Oh, we got everything. All right.
Believe in the
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, yeah, once he warmed up, he was, when he first got there, I mean, the kid is 6, so, you know, I'll give him a pass on this. He was definitely a little on the shy side. That group was all adults and relatively overwhelming, but once he warmed up to us, yeah, he fit right in. We had a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old at our game event tonight. All right, we have cleared this area, so we're going to move on to the next. We're just going to skirt up the eastern side of the complex here. If we pull aggro on anything, we're just going to run away. We don't need to fight these guys. Yeah, he's come a long way. He's been working on that thing for a while, and it's so cool to see him. Like he stepped away isn't quite the right word, but development slowed in the last 6 months, but he seems to have gotten the energy back and is working on it again. So I'm excited. He needs to get that done and up on Steam. I think people would buy it. Figure if Rylan gets his game on Steam, Nick gets his game on Steam. I'm trying to think, do we have... There's probably 1 or 2 others that are within that realm of getting close. Be actually cool to see. I have to do another night where I just play everybody's games again. Last time I did it, they were all demos, so actually playing released games would be nice. Absolutely, yeah. I'm not a huge fighting game player, but for everything I see out of it, like, you know, I've watched all of his dev vlogs, and obviously I've been close enough to the project that I know the plans. There's a lot of depth there as well. It's not just a cutesy little retro-y thing. Like, there's a lot going on there. I really do hope that he is able to get it cleaned up and finished up. I almost pseudo-like the placeholder animations that exist for like some of the characters where the animations aren't done yet. I kind of almost even like that, especially if you've never seen a game in development. Yeah, he's got something there. All right. Got 3 more sensors to plant. Let's see if we can grab... We need, I think, 15 of these guys for the bonus mission. So, same thing. They're melee, so we'll gather them up. Bring them to us. Oh, we got too far. Did you see those guys? They went back to their starting location. I went just a little bit too far. Yeah, absolutely. I think Nick is thinking he's going to get his out June or July. I agree. I think if Rylan polishes his up, I think he's got enough for a 2025. Definitely early access 2025, but even into the year, I think he'd be pretty close to being able to release at least a version 1. You know, maybe add more characters later. It's a cool project. Alright, we need 1 more sensor and 5 more of these little dudes. 4, 3, 2, 1. This one should be the last one. Oh, we're still on heals. That's why we're killing things so slowly. All right, that should finish Yavin for us. Let's check our Conquest. Yeah, we got that one done. All right, well, quick travel. So you'll see all the mission turn-ins are all way back here now. Oh, absolutely. I think if he got it to that point, there's definitely enough there for early access release. That's a big step, though. I can at least understand his hesitation for it, but I think sometimes when you're that close to a project, you don't realize just how much he's gotten done.
This is the Imperial Guard's training data. It should help both sides.
I won't tell my
Your
superiors.
scouts were captured by Masasi. I freed the survivors. I've thinned the pack. If you're going to secure a beachhead, now's the time.
Understood.
Alright, so that's our quest turn in.
The Revenites relied too heavily on their commanders for direction.
That's the weekly done. Let's see how we did. 56,000 conquest, not too bad. We're halfway there. That hasn't updated yet. That'll be higher, but we're at 56,000. So we need another 50,000. Alright, let's see. Let's do Oricon. Oricon's not too bad. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's a big step. I can see it. Although I've never seen any time he's ever shown it to people not have a positive response. So I'm sure there are going to be haters and people that don't like it, but there's always somebody that doesn't like something just for the sake of not liking something. Okay, Oricon. So in the SWTOR stories, Oricon is a planet kind of devastated. So you're going to see that it is a kind of like a volcano world here. Same kind of thing though. We're going to grab dailies. We do have a heroic in this particular one. So this planet's been twisted by evil. There's a group called the Dreadmasters. The Dreadmasters are a group of 6. I think there's 6 of them. That are able to manipulate fear, essentially, and overwhelm their opponents with dread. Hence the name Dreadmasters. So they have corrupted this world. You can see that it is not in good shape. There's all kinds of horrible things going on here. And so since everybody who tries to fight the Dreadmasters goes mad, you can see like we're rescuing people from escape pods. You can see crashed ships. Like the world building here, you know, just from a level design standpoint, is telling a story. The story of the devastation wrought by the evil of the Dreadmasters. Yeah, it's funny because the first time that he was telling me about it, like way back, I wasn't sure how the retro style graphics and fighting game would go together, right? Like it's like I don't know, but he's pulled it off. It's a solid piece of work. So, Kyler, did you look ahead then? Like, you said you're trying to get through the story, and you didn't. Do you know how many hours more you have? Is it another stream, another 2 streams? How's it feel? Does it feel like you're getting close to the end, or do you still have a lot to go? For those of you who don't follow, Kyler plays Guild Wars on Saturday for Extra Life. He's one of my Extra Life teammates. And it sounds like we might pick up a couple more. There's some people that seemed interested. and joining the teams. Alright. We still haven't gotten enough. Alright, we need to get 5 of these bioanalyzers to enter the cave. There we go. Locate. Look at all those debuffs. That's crazy. Okay, so let's talk a little bit here about difficulty curves based off what we call intrinsic and extrinsic knowledge. Extrinsic knowledge is information that you bring to the game from the outside. So for instance, a classic example is in this game, it has text that I need to be able to read. It's not the game's responsibility to teach me to read, to teach me English or anything like that. But it is the game's responsibility to teach me how the game systems work. So for instance, this game has stuns, roots, and things like that, but it also has something called an interrupt. All right, so if we look right here, I've got something called disabling shot. Interrupts the target's current action and prevents the ability from being used for 4 seconds. This boss is an interesting boss in that I don't think it's as bad as it used to be, but in the early days, this boss, people would be in the chat like, can somebody please come and help me, you know, kill the corrupted Bothram beast, because I can't get by him. I just can't kill this thing. It's like almost invulnerable. So keep that in mind as we go through this fight. That this is a boss that some people think you need a group to do. Okay, and then we'll talk about what happened. So we're going to jump in here. The first thing we're going to do is attack, and we're going to see that he goes into a channel. I'm going to interrupt that extract right there. Right? And dead. So that was a fight that people would complain about that they couldn't get by. Well, what happens is in a fight like that, that first move that he does called extract is a super powerful heal. And it literally can heal, at least it used to. I think they've detuned it a little bit. But it could heal faster than you could DPS. So if you were just trying to fight the boss and you didn't interrupt that, it was almost impossible. It would last forever. And then once that one would end, a tentacle would pop up. You saw the 2 little tentacles pop up. And then he would use those to self-heal himself. And so you had this boss who, while it wouldn't do a ton of damage, it was just impossible to kill. But if you use your interrupt and you kill the tentacle so he can't harvest energy and life from the tentacle, you saw how fast the boss actually died. So the boss itself isn't any harder than any other NPC or boss, as long as you know the game systems that are built into making that boss work. So if you've never had to use your interrupt for any reason, and this might be a little bit of a downside. In general, you know, I'll blame the developers on this a little bit. The vast majority of the content in the single player game, you don't have to use your interrupts. It's something, if you never use it and skip it and never learn it, you can get through almost all the content, except every once in a while. There is an encounter like that one that is definitely designed to be interrupted, right? So if you interrupt it, it's easy. So that's what we call intrinsic knowledge. It is the job of the developer to teach you how these things work, how the game systems work, how this game world works. And so that's an example of a utility that we all have. Every class has an interrupt. It's universal. But it's used so little in the main game that you can get by just fine without it, except for those 1 or 2 times that you need it. And when you need it and don't know about it, you can get yourself into some frustrating situations. There we go. Game Design 101 of the day. How was that? So are you asking like how would you stage it so you would teach the player? So I don't know when you get the interrupt, but let's just say you get the interrupt at level 20. Right? When it's a new ability, one of the first things that every story that every player has to play, so not the planetary stories, not the exploration mission, the class stories. Every single one of them should have an encounter. They don't, but here's what I would do. Every single one of them should have an encounter where a key aspect of that encounter is basically like, you know, almost cheesy dialogue to the point that I am invulnerable because X move cannot be defeated or defended, you know, and I may be very stupid obvious here. It's like, the only way to beat me is to not let me complete this channel or something like that. And then you introduce the interrupt skill to get you past that encounter. So now you've planted a seed in your player's head that, oh, if there's a thing that is making my life difficult and I see this bar pop up or I see a channel that if I interrupt it, good things can happen. That's probably what I would do, is something along those lines to, right when you first get the skill, do that. And then maybe on the next planet, there's another boss where you don't be not quite that obvious about it, but make it so that, you know, the key way to get it past it is with an interrupt. And by then you've kind of done your due diligence to say, okay, player, I've given you the skill and I've given you a couple of encounters that show how it should be used. It's kind of up to you to use it now. A problem that a lot of MMOs have, this one included, is over time they get more and more casual. So even if those encounters now do exist, the problem is it's gotten to the point that you can kill stuff so fast. There are definitely times where I've encountered mechanics where really you should interrupt something and I just don't bother because I can just kill it fast enough. So it's kind of a mixed bag. Yeah, actually that's a good example, right? Like, you know what? Here's the device. Here's how it's used. I'm going to essentially almost do it for you to show you how it's going to work. And then, you know, pseudo tutorial driven, right? But I'll admit there's a lot of encounters now where I know they were designed for interrupts, but I don't always even do it. I can pump out so much DPS that I just overwhelm them. There was a one of their live streams, yeah, it's probably been over a year ago now, so it's evidently not happening. They were actually talking about the whole interrupt, stun, especially in PvP, doing a complete revamp of how those systems work. I would welcome it. I don't like them in this game that much, especially in PvP. In PvE, it's usually not a big deal, but in PvP, it's the whole system's a little frustrating. So like this fight, right? Arguably this guy, where is he at? Oh, I have to click one more thing, I think. Yep. A boss is about to spawn. He's got a move called Parting the Ways or something like that. That arguably I probably should interrupt because it does a lot of damage. But I think unless he pulls me, I can probably kill him at about the time. Yeah, I killed him before he even got it off. On Osis, there is I think it's a bug. There's an NPC that does a force quake, which is an area attack. But that thing does so much damage, if you're not paying attention, it will kill you. And if you don't interrupt, if you interrupt it, stupid easy fight. But if you don't interrupt that, it's touch and go if you're going to survive it. So I think it's out of tune. That's what it feels like. But it is another one of those times where if you understand how to interrupt, it's an easy fight. It's almost, yeah, it's just a cakewalk. But if you don't, it can be a rough fight. Yeah, you've got interrupts and then you've got stuns. There's technically something called a resolve bar, so you can only be stunned so often. But the whole system is just kind of janky. It just... The problem you're looking at is a lot of the systems in this game were built on a level 50 with so many skills. And while they have pruned out a lot of the skills over time, we're now level 80 and we've expanded our skills multiple times. And it's just, everything's still relatively in balance, but some of those systems just don't quite work the way they used to. Now, again, all this I'm talking about, I'm not actually complaining. Oops, I went the wrong way. As a matter of fact, in a weird way, I don't mind the fact that some of these systems are this way, because I generally play this game mostly from muscle memory. So if they started changing stuff, I'd have to relearn good habits, because I will admit I've gotten a little bit lazy over the years in the way I play. I'm definitely not at the top of my progression operations game these days. Oh, that's kind of cool. Defiance bar. I've actually got a move on this guy. This one right here. Concussive round. It will put something in stun for 60 seconds, but it has a 41-second cooldown. So I can literally keep one NPC in permanent stun if I want to. As long as they don't get broken out of stun, which can happen, but as long as I'm careful, I can actually just take... And I don't think... I'm not sure if that is the same in PvP or not. But actually, so like one of the things, call it broken, call it just player strategy. One of the things in PvP is you have to sometimes guard a spot. And if you're there and somebody tries to take that spot from you, you can interrupt them just by doing damage, not with the actual interrupts. Well, what will happen is if you leave one person guarding that spot, you'll get one. There's some classes that have 2 stuns, there's some that have 1, but you get 2 people that attack you and you're guarding by yourself. And so the first one stuns you, and you have this little move right here. This is stun breaker, right? So I can break out of that stun, but it's got a 2-minute cooldown. And so then then my resolve bar is up and I fight for a little bit, but then somebody else stuns me. Right? And eventually you get to the point where you can't break out a stun and you just have to stand there and watch them take the control point away from you. Now, obviously, if you had 2 people guarding, that would fix that, but... Well, you enjoy Midnight Pizza. It's good to see you, Kyle, both in person and in stream, so have a good night. But it's one of those things, it is... For every system... There's going to be good parts and bad parts, you know. It's not that the current system doesn't work. It's just, it is what it is. And you have to kind of learn to play within the confines of that system. It's a very standard system. There's not anything necessarily broken with it. Oh, I don't like this, though. I can probably take both of these guys if I can get into heals here. Alright, so let's 2 bosses. Let's go see what kind of... they stunned my companion. We're gonna hide behind here. See if we can get our companion back over here to us. And see if we can fight both bosses. Okay, companion's back over here. So let's pick one. I think we have both their attention. Ooh, they're tearing me up. Yeah, I'm perpetually stunned. So this is part of the issue, right? Like, most of this fight I've been stunned. Okay. So now I've got them both attacking. Now we'll see if we can pull or kill one before... Okay, so there I had to break out of my stun because I need to heal. If we can get one killed, then we'll be alright. Stunned again. So you can see my bar is dark. It means I'm stunned. There we go. We're back. Now we're stunned again. Back. We can get one killed, then we'll be okay. One's down. Hey, Nancy. Yeah, I didn't get started about an hour ago. We got a really late start tonight. That's why we jumped into SWTOR instead of Stardew. I didn't get home till late from work, so... See, we're getting some bonus SWTOR coverage tonight. So again, I'm stunned. Let's see how many times more I get stunned. Oh, we got a pretty good run there before the next stun comes in. That wasn't too bad. Now what's crazy is, like, if I play as a tank, oh man, as a tank, if you're fighting the bosses and holding aggro, you're almost always stunned or mezzed or in some kind of an issue. Yeah, we did Yavin already, so we finished Yavin Daily, and now we're doing the Oricon Daily. This is the heroic. We've done everything else. Alright, if things are doing good, this droid will ignore us. Oh, good boy. No aggro for you. Oh, did you find me in game? Yeah, Victus has found me before as well, so... Hey, as long as you're okay with it, if I'm ever running SWTOR content and you want to team up and run some group stuff, let me know. I'm happy to do that. But also, I completely understand if people don't necessarily want their character names out into the public. It took me a while. Like, I used to only stream on one character, and I would never show my character login sheet because I wanted to try to keep my other alts kind of protected so that people wouldn't seek me out. I've only probably had, let's see, did we make Conquest? 98,000. I've rarely had, oh cool, we just need to fight 3 more people and we'll make Conquest. There's a good group down here. We'll go do these. So yeah, I've had people come and find me in game. I've never had a negative version of that interaction, so I've been pretty lucky there. Alright, let's see if we can group these guys up. So this is called line of sight. If I can block their line of sight, they can't attack me. So they have to come over here to where I'm at. And then I can put them on their butt. Look at that. Bam, 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 bam. There we go. That should have made Conquest. So anyway, I completely understand if you don't want your character names and stuff out there. Oh no, we've exceeded tech fragments. All right, let's go ahead and go to fleet before we go back. Oh, no. Honestly, now again, we have established that I am very much a how can I get my gameplay to be the most efficient as possible. That being said, I will happily give up efficiency to group up with somebody. I don't have a problem with that. On fleet by the ops vendor? I'm going to be on fleet here. Maybe we will come and find you. Actually, we're just coming up here for this reason. So we have capped out a currency. So our tech fragments are sitting at 11,000 now. Our conquest accommodations are also creeping up. So we've got some currency exchanges to do here. So we're going to come over here. We're going to come down into this little section down here. And we're going to do two things. Thing number one is we're going to convert 2,000 of our conquest accommodations over to operations tokens. And maybe even upgrade a piece of gear. Let's check here. Can't remember how far we got the last time we did this.
I've got good suppliers. Only the best sold here.
Yeah, there we go. Convert 2,000. And then I think we have... Yeah, our headpiece is only 340. So let's see. I don't know if that's enough to get it to 344. It might.
I've got good suppliers.
Okay, so last time we looked at this, we noticed that this headpiece is the, what is it, 326 or wherever they start, 324 or something like that. We're about to go over to this headpiece, but it's better stats. And that's going to cost us 80. So we'll buy that one. And 344. Now you'll notice that everything went away on this vendor because we no longer have any upgrades. So that piece is now 344 as well. So that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we are looking at
Feel free to browse.
7, 8, 9. So of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're 9 of 12 pieces. So we're 3 pieces away from having a full set of 344 Rakata gear. So, oh, did you find me? Oh, is that the Twitch mount? I did see somebody from Jedi Rangers the other day, so... do I have the Twitch mount? I think I do. Is that it? Yeah, here we go. Now people are gonna wonder what's going on. That doesn't look comfortable at all. Also, so let's just talk about suspension of disbelief here a little bit. This is a cool mount. I really do like this mount, right? Like if we look at the overall thing. That being said, if this mount decided to like stop really fast, you're going to impale yourself. Like those appear to be some kind of crystal-like hard shell. Like if you got stopped and shoved forward, you're dead. But this is also a world that doesn't have handrails over large pits, so it is a cool looking mount. Yeah, this one I think this one was a Twitch drop, right? Was this the Twitch drop mount? Yeah. I wish they do. I wish YouTube had the... I think this one was a Twitch drop as well. Wasn't this one a Twitch drop mount as well? I think so. I can't remember. This is the new companion mount, but it won't work on the companion that I have out. This is the new bundle mount. So Kyler, I was talking about I bought the stupid bundle because it gives me this little turbo boost button. And it also has like an animation there. This was the last bundles mount. So that's the previous bundles mount. And then they turned it from red to yellow. So that's the yellow version. Yeah, there you go. So you can see the pet rides on it and the companion. The only complaint I have about this one, like, I like that they're incorporating this technology. I think that's cool. My complaint, and I understand why they did it, but I think it would have been cooler that, look, I'm the hero. right? I should be sitting over here, and my companion should be driving the mount. I think that's how it should work. Let's see, almost like, oh, wrong button. P. Almost like the skiff mounts, where I can just relax. Isn't like the hut skiff? Yeah, like this one. Like, you know what? I'm not driving a thing. I got the little I'm still controlling it with my keyboard, obviously. Right? But I'm just sitting here eating grapes off of my little floaty grape platter there. And I'm being chauffeured around. This is the way you're supposed to travel. So I almost kind of wish, or even have it a toggle, where you can toggle who's in the driver's seat, who's in the passenger seat. I think that would be cool. Yeah, I haven't gotten that stupid Loth cat yet. I have some Loth cats, I just don't have that one. I can't remember. I've got... Oops, pets. Yeah, I've got a kitten, and I've got the... I got the white kitten and the Loth cat kitten. Those are the two I have. But they can't ride on my mount. Yeah, I think my goal on Saturday is I think I'm going to run some Rat Ghoul stuff. I don't know that I'm going to pull any new achievements out of it. Let's look. But I think most of my achievements I still need are all a pain in the butt to get. Let's see. Rat Ghouls. What do we need? That's done. That's done. That's done. That's all done. I do need to... Oh, I think this one is just... I have to infect like 1,000 players or something like that. This is the stuff I'm missing. I need to fight the Tunnel Lurker with a fungal Rackling. I need to fight the Tunnel Lurker with a symbiote Rackling. I need a Plague Tail Kowakian Monkey Lizard. So I need to go through and see if I can get these pets and then maybe knock out these achievements, because that's really what I have left. But we are going to run Rat Ghoul stuff on Saturday. That's kind of the plan. I've done Eyeless before. I don't think the two of us could take on Eyeless, otherwise I'd team up with you and help you with it. But again, I am anymore, especially when I'm streaming, I'm pretty hesitant to jump into group stuff. Let's see. Thorn. 3,000 opponents. I haven't looked at these achievements in forever. Catalyst. Infected beans. 1,000 rat ghouls. Is there an eyeless? I don't see an eyeless achievement. I've fought him many times, but I don't see it in here. I might be looking in the wrong spot. Blood Collector, Harvester, the Catalyst. Would it be in here? Life Day, Narshada. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'll probably, but before Saturday, I will probably go through and just see how many of these pets I can pick up. Because I probably have the currency and all that kind of stuff. Oh, speaking of currency, I'm going to go to the next bay here. We need to get out of this mount. So we have a currency exchange to do. So I just waste my currency here. So there is a set of achievements here called equipment sets, and they're worth 0 points. These are legacy. But what I'm doing is I'm slowly going through and collecting every single equipment set. So the next one up, we just did aggressive treatment, so repositioning is the next one up. So we're going to go to this vendor. And we're going to look for something called repositioning. Superiority, Gathering Storm. All right, let's get to the R's. There it is, repositioning armor lockbox. So we're going to go ahead and buy this. It's 1 million credits, 10,000 tech fragments. So of my 11,000 now, I've only got 1,000 left. And then what we're going to do is just open that up, pop the achievement. So now we have repositioning. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more. And then I think I've got 1 or 2 crafting armor sets that I have for each of these. But I've almost got most of these done. Like the trooper's done except for the crafting one. The knight's done except for I think that's a crafting one. The consular's done. I think both of those might be crafting. And then the smuggler's the one we're currently working on. So we'll grab that gear and that will actually go into our just into our lockboxes, stuff like that. And then I'll store it off on a character. So, all right, so that's us burning through some currency. All right, I'm gonna jump back to my stronghold and probably switch over. And what time is it? It's only 12:11. We can go for a little bit longer. We could switch over and make Conquest on another character. Or, Nancy, if there's some group content that you need help with or want to do, let me know. I'd be happy to do that as well. Okay, let's go ahead and repair, clean out. Sell that. That can go, that can go. That can go, that can go. I've been playing Stardew so much, I keep hitting escape to pull up my inventory. I just healed myself. It was unneeded. Good old muscle memory. 320. Alright, so now we can deconstruct all this and start grinding towards our another 11,000 Conquest commendations. Alright, let's see. We'll sell that. The rest of this goes into storage. Much like Stardew, I am also a hoarder in this game, so you're going to see all kinds of crap that I've hoarded up in here. Put that. We'll put that. Wrists, arms, belt, legs. There we go. And we'll keep that because I just want big giant stacks. So do you run just pick up group ops runs? You are a braver person than I am. I avoid pickup groups like the plague. I don't have the patience anymore. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and send out our little peoples on their little missions that they will do over time.
I will leave immediately.
Alright, so let's talk a little bit about interface design here. So we've got, you have to remember, the interfaces in the Old Republic are not using Windows components, right? So this scroll bar scrolls just like any other Windows component. But this is completely self-built. What's interesting is this works pretty well. You can grab it and you can do all your scrolling. But if I use my mouse wheel to scroll, like it will scroll one person at a time if I right shift my mouse. But here's what I find interesting. If I do this long enough, you can see that it slowly drifts. It's not exact, right? So what's happening here is the amount that it scrolls in each click is a little bit more than the width of a single thing. Does this make any difference? It does not. And you're only going to notice it if you have a big, big, long thing. But you can see that we've gotten here where this is no longer even with the top, and we've picked up a thing on the bottom, whereas the first one, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't see the circle, but over time, you can just see that drift as it slowly doesn't quite match up. So just a little weirdness. Nothing right or wrong about it. I like things about like that. One of my other favorite ones is if you're on a speeder and you press your movement key, the engine ramps up in speed, right? It changes volume. That's not linked to your keyboard controls. It's linked to movement. So if you drive your speeder onto an elevator and stop, the engine will kind of go down. But when the elevator starts to move, the engine will ramp back up as if you are moving. I always find that one funny as well. Oh, let's see. Let's get Zach's number 2 out. Okay, cool. Yeah, guild runs with operations are a ton of fun. I actually, if it wasn't for the fact that it's just hard in my schedule to want to commit to that, I do miss guild operations runs. That's a lot of fun. In an MMO, a good guild is the difference between, honestly, the game being great and the game being average sometimes. What do I have down here? Slicing. We'll use that one up. All right, let's pull in a standard run here. So we'll start on Coruscant. Yeah, I do miss... I miss what the guild allows. I don't miss the commitment to the guild sometimes. I still have a couple of characters in some of the biggest guilds on the server for that very reason. If there's ever a thing that you need a big group for, I still actually keep one character in a couple different guilds because of that. But mostly 99% of my characters are just in my own little private guild. It's just me. Technically my kids are in it as well, but they don't play anymore, so it's just me. All right, we did this last time. We're gonna get a little crazy here. We're going to put our companion on heals, and then we're going to put him in passive mode. So Bessie, you go into passive. And what we're going to do is, if we look at the map here, we just walked in here. We're going to run through here, and I think at this threshold, it's going to spawn a group of NPCs back here. Then we're going to come in here. We're going to attack this NPC and attack the group that's here. Then we're going to run back through this group and through here, and then we're going to run in here. When we go to this threshold, another group of NPCs is going to spawn back here. We're going to attack this guy and the group that's here. Then we're going to run back this way. When I get in here, I'm going to send my companion to fight these. And then we're going to meet up back here and try to kill the entire instance in one fight. So that is snowing. Are you guys, have you worked your way out of Utah, or what was it, Idaho that you were in last? So that's what we're going to try. We'll see how it goes. So we're going to set ourselves up right here. I'm going to send Bessie in to attack that one. I'm going to attack that person, and then I'm going to run. So I'll run through this group. Now I've got them on me. Now Bessie has stunned one of them. They've stunned me. I'm going to stun break out of that. I'm going to attack that guy and this guy. Now we're going to try to get ourselves back over here. We're going to pull Bessie into passive mode. And we're going to run behind this box. We're going to drop our heals. We're going to get Bessie back to attacking. We're going to drop that, and then we're going to hit this right here. Now watch the damage go out on these guys. See those blue cyan letters coming off? Woo! Takes them all out. There we go. And now I think we lost one of the bosses. Yeah, both bosses didn't follow us. One of them decided that he wasn't going to fall for our shenanigans and cut back out. Oh no, he's here. He's here, I just can't see him. He's in the ground. So I'm being... Oh, no, there he is. There's Burnout. Okay. I just didn't see him up on the shelf. I'll come up there on the shelf with him. Oh, I can't get there. There we go. Now, I would not recommend doing that unless you are a tank. The damage mitigation makes a huge difference in that. That's a rough fight. If I can pull it off on my commando because they have enough defensives that heal me. But a normal DPS, that'd be a rough run. I've done it in this instance as well. It just doesn't work quite as well. So I normally just fight my way through this one. But sometimes gaming is about creating little challenges for yourself that aren't necessarily part of the game, but they make the game more interesting. Why fight in a completely safe mode when you can do it in a dangerous way? You get over here. It's my best Street Fighter impression. Get over here. But yeah, this trooper's a Vanguard trooper. Definitely a tank. That's fair. After you have played a single game long enough, you will catch yourself doing stuff. I will sometimes make unnecessary jumps over big drops that will kill you just for something to add spice to the game, right? Like, it's like, just go around. Like, no. I'm going to unnecessarily jump over this giant pit. Yeah, I get that way as well. This one's one of my favorite ones, though, because... So we've got this... We're going to back up to just about 30. So the charge for the Vanguard is you charge across the ground and then leap at the end, so it's not a leap. But what I love about it is you get to run in midair, which is awesome. You're like a superhero. Okay, so if you are running dailies, it says to leave the shop. You can physically walk out, but as long as you leave the instance, you're fine. So we're just going to quick travel out of here. Shadow Strike is cool. That is probably the thing I miss most on my commando, is he doesn't have any kind of a leap, jump, close the distance. I mean, he's ranged, so you don't need it as much, but I do miss it. I like being able to just run up and close that gap between you and the enemy. Alright, because we fought those guys, that actually knocked out 6 out of the 8 that we need for the bonus mission here. Well, it's always good to learn something new. I still occasionally, even in this game, will pick up some way of doing something I hadn't thought of before. Oh, yeah. Yeah, now it's not true. It's true most places, but I don't know that it's universal. But yeah, as long as you leave the instance, you'll get credit for it. The only time I've seen that not be true is if there's like an instance where as soon as you leave the instance, it triggers like an NPC that you have to talk to or something like that. But for these dailies, yeah, as long as you get out of the instance, it doesn't matter. Like, I think I've tested what I'm about to say. Like, literally, if that was your last mission, I think if you just used your stronghold interface and just traveled back to the stronghold, I think that would even end that mission. I can't 100% say that's true, but I'm pretty sure it is. I usually do it second, so I've always got another mission to do before I'm done with Coruscant. That's true on Oricon as well. Both the mission in the north and the south, once you're done and it says to leave the cave, you can just quick travel out of the cave. You don't have to actually walk out. And it will complete the mission for you. Yeah, fleet. I usually do Coruscant first, so I'll go straight to CZ from here. Next time I do it, I'm going to test that. I'll run Gonthor last, and I'll see if I can quick travel to CZ and get credit for it or not. I think it'll work. I actually do. I used to do the Jedi Temple last. Actually, no, that won't work. We'll talk about that here when we get to it. There are certain things that you can't do from inside an instance, and using this interface to travel is one of them. So it actually wouldn't work to travel directly to CZ. You could probably go to Fleet. You could probably go to your stronghold. But I couldn't go directly to CZ. So that little hack wouldn't actually work. Yeah. It's funny because Drake sometimes joins the chat, and he's a SWTOR streamer. And when he first started watching me, I kept talking about CZ, because he's from the Czech Republic. And so he's like, "What are you talking about?" Oh, it's like, yeah, sorry, CZ 198. Yeah, not CZ as in the Czech Republic. That's the other thing that MMOs are famous for, is there's a shorthand and abbreviations that you'll start to use that only make sense if you've seen them in game, and if you haven't, it can be frustrating because it's almost like another language sometimes, where people are using all these abbreviations and things like that. Oh, okay, yeah. No, it's funny though, because that's been a common thing. I've actually had people in chat be like, "Why are you talking about the Czech Republic? It doesn't make any sense." It's like, no, CZ 198. It's a mission in here. Alright, so what I like to do is I like to turn my companion loose on these two guys. I just skip past them, and I click that little box in there. That'll do damage to that group, and since the group will aggro together, I just come back out here and wait for them to come to me. They'll all come marching around the corner, and here you'll see their little pathfinding glitches all freaking out. There we go. And then we'll do the other side here. If I pull this off, we should be able to get a nice run across the... So that one's 33 meters. And the range on this is 30 meters. So if you get a good jump here, if I can get my timing down here. There it is. Boom. we can air run across. Absolutely. We'll be back to Stardew tomorrow night. That's the plan. Should be roughly the same time as normal. Either probably 8 o'clock for me. Thanks for hanging out. I didn't know how many of you guys would be around by the time I actually got my stream up and running tonight. So. Always good to see you guys. Okay, so once I finish this mission, we'll finish Coruscant.
Thanks for this. Closing that clinic's a big win for Republic security. And for
But I
people
can't
charged.
directly travel out of here to CZ-198. It's blocked. So the reason I tend to do this one is it's a nice short little... So the reason I do this one last is I can just get out of the instance really fast. And then I can go to CZ. The other thing I'll do sometimes is I'll just bounce back to my stronghold if I need to leave a deep instance or something like that. Accept. Yeah, once I started using my stronghold, I'll admit I only go to fleet when I have to anymore. Not sure why. I'm not anti-fleet. Although fleet chat can get a little toxic sometimes. Not to stereotype, but especially on the Imperial side. Always seems a little worse over there than on the Republic side. It may not be true, but it definitely seems that way. Although I suppose I could just not read it. Completely legitimate. Oh, are you coming through behind me? Come on, there we go. Oh, honestly, like you said earlier, I am so on autopilot in these, I didn't even see you. I was like, I just kind of blocked out the fact that there are other people. I didn't even know there was another player there. Yeah, I definitely get into autopilot mode as well. Especially some of these things that I've done hundreds of times. Ugh, I can't click on you. Okay. I was gonna wave, but... There you are. Although, you won't be able to see it in my chat, because I blocked my chat, so... I apologize for stealing all the NPCs. Alyssa, how you doing? Found us late at night. No rush. That is a good attitude to have. I'll admit I don't always have that outlook. Especially running dailies. And the funny part is, it's like there's not like there's any rush necessarily. And this time saving sometimes is like literally seconds. It's not that big of a deal, but... Oh, hopefully that's not overly detrimental. But it can be sucky, especially if you're having trouble sleeping. That's always frustrating. Alright, always attack this guy, because this guy will leap to you. Come on! Don't make me a liar! Okay, sometimes they'll leap to you, I guess. Well, it is fortunate that you can sleep in a moving vehicle. I know people that can't. That's also the advantage I have over you, Nancy, is you have to type your chat. I can just say stuff out loud and keep playing. So I can definitely get past you from that regard. The weird one-sided conversation where half the group is chatting via text and then I just talk. Makes me lazy. Yeah, I got a wave in. I don't get to wave at people very often because honestly, most of the people that I played with in this game when I was highly active in group activities no longer play. There's a few left I'll run into every once in a while, but the vast majority of that group that I played with has moved on. So I feel like a lone survivor from those days. I used to be in a, we'll call it a small guild, but it was probably 20 of us in the guild, plus all of our alts and stuff like that, that was really active. I ended up eventually became the guild leader of that group. But then, you know, we kind of just, I can't remember when it was, but the group just kind of lost interest and we slowly faded, and then a lot of us put alts in other guilds and just kind of moved on. So I'll still occasionally run into somebody from those days, but not very often. Okay, what are we at for kill count? We're at 20. Time to head into the sewers or waste treatment area or whatever it's called. So as long as we have 20 out of our 50 down here, there's enough NPCs in this instance to actually finish up that counter for us. Absolutely, man. Get some sleep. Stay safe, my friend. Are you guys on the road tomorrow morning? I didn't know how that late night pickup actually messed up your guys' schedule the other day. Oh, so they haven't let you know yet, huh? I'll probably go another half hour to an hour. I'm probably not going to push it too late tonight. That's why I didn't play Stardew. Is even if I rush through Stardew, it's still going to be a 3 to 3.5 hour playthrough. So we'll keep cranking out some stuff here. Okay, let's see. What are we at? 87,000. I think a Ziost run will finish this guy off. Ziost is easy. Oh, okay. Yeah, stay safe, guys. Yeah, but I stole all of the stuff from you. So you had to wait around on stuff a lot more than I did. Holy cow, man. I grew up with the whole... Actually, in an era where we were either listening to the radio or watching TV to find out if we didn't have school. So did they actually close the school? Like, I think some schools have gone over to... On snow days, they just... Because post-COVID, they set up all the remote school stuff, so they just run classes remotely. Oh, somebody's been through here before us. Oh, they were a little ways ahead of us, though. That respawned, so that's a good thing. Let's see if this one respawns. Perfect. Okay, they should be far enough ahead of us it won't interrupt us. But yeah, I definitely grew up in that whole, like, just hoping that it was going to snow hard enough. And really for us, it was mostly about, is it going to snow enough that the buses can't go pick up the country kids? So if they can't pick them up, then they shut down the schools for the day. My kids have never experienced a snow day. They don't exist in where we live. Ah, that makes sense. I want a snow day. That sounds appealing. I can't come to work today. It snowed. Yeah, it's funny how, yeah, each region kind of has different reasons, right? Yeah, again, for us it was if the bus routes couldn't run out to the farm kids, essentially, they would... That means we got enough snow and the roads weren't plowed out yet, that they would cancel school. And on occasion, we would get school canceled because it just got so cold that the heating systems in those old public schools just couldn't keep up. So I've had school canceled for that reason as well, where it's just like, yeah, you can come to this building, but the building's going to be frigid because it's just, the heating won't keep up. So they'd cancel it for that. But yeah, I'm a Midwest product. A lot of farmland. I didn't live on a farm. I grew up in towns, but yep, that makes sense. That's what it was for us. At least until the plows could get out and clean them up. Which, depending on the storm, like usually was a day or two, but if the storm kept dumping snow, then it would just fill everything back in. All right, let's see. We got 4 of the landmarks, 3 of the droids. I think we've got all of the bodies, so this should be droid number 4. We'll ride the speeder, get the 4th landmark, do the instance, and we'll be through Ziost as well. We'll have to decide if we want to squeeze in one more Conquest run or not. Nancy, was it you or somebody else who was, like I was, last time I was on Kessen's Landing, somebody was talking about having trouble with the Heroic 4 or something along those lines? Oh yeah, that's rough. When you kind of get that, or you get layers of snow and ice, it just gets so slick. Don't miss any of that. But yeah, if you wanted to do a... I'd have to decide what character I was going to use for it, since I used up my commando, but... Oh, did you get through it? Nice. Well, hopefully my tips helped. Or you figured out enough based off of the way I did it to do it your own way. That might be better or worse. It took me a few runs on Kessen's Landing to get through. I mean, most of that content is not too hard. That Freedom droid's a little rough. And the heroics on that, like, it's funny because heroics are not all equal, right? Heroics on some planets are almost a joke. But the Kessen's Landing heroics are real. They are truly heroics. Still soloable, but not... They're not just a pushover like, oh yeah, just walk up and shoot stuff. It's not a big deal. Yeah, they're no joke. The other two that are really tough are the Heroic 4s on Osis. I can sometimes solo the Republic without dying. I can solo them both, but it's a little bit hacky. Oftentimes in the Republic version, I die once or twice to get through it, but I can get through it. That Heroic 4 is one of the hardest ones. Never done Osis. Yeah, Osis, I like the dailies on Osis. There's a lot of them. Most of them are pretty easy, but the Heroic 2s are fine, but the Heroic 4 is brutal. Like I said, most of the time the Republic side, I can't get through it without dying like once or twice trying to do it solo. And again, it's designed for 4 people, so the Imperial one's a little easier, but it's rough as well. The nice part is they're wave spawners, so like you kill the first wave and a second wave comes in, you kill that wave, a third wave comes in, you kill that wave, a fourth, but it's per spawn. And so what you can do is, as long as you kill a bunch of things and then die, you can revive and kill some more stuff and then die, and revive, kill some more stuff, and you'll eventually get through it. Like, your death doesn't restart the waves, which is kind of nice. So it's definitely doable solo, and I've done it without dying on occasion, but they are rough. They're probably the roughest heroics that I can think of. Kessen's Landing, though, I'd probably put in that top tier, second or third, as far as difficulty on heroics to solo. Now, if you have a group of 2 to 4 people, all of this content's really not that hard to get through. But I play solo a ton. I would also guess that if I actually did those on my tank as opposed to on my commando, they might be a little more survivable. It just take longer to do, but... Yeah, I do recall Runic being one that did take a while to get the reputation done. Let's see, Runic. Trying to think any of the Runic fights that are rough. The heroic, there is one heroic 4 on Runic in the water treatment plant. That one can be a little tough depending on how you do it. It's soloable though. I've gotten by it. I don't know. You probably have gotten by it as well, but. Trying to think any other Runic. There's what, 3 heroics? Yeah, I think it's just the one, the water treatment plant where you fight the guy and his like two beasts. I think that's the only one that is can be a little tough, but all right, we made Conquest. More flashpoints. It is nice having a companion real player that can help you out. Let's see, as far as other solo hard challenges, doing the chapters on master mode are brutal. I got through all but one solo. I finally just gave up and got some help on one of them. We've talked about the arena, getting some of those achievements. You know, the arena itself isn't horribly hard, but trying to do some of the achievements on that are pretty tough. All right, let's do a little gear sorting here. But yeah, I have no real agenda tonight, so if you want to team up on something, feel free to let me know. Or if you want to start to wrap up and go to bed, I completely understand that as well, because I'm probably not far behind on that. I tend to be like that. I'm like, why are you standing around? Move. Let's go. Get a move on. We used to also run, when we ran a lot of flashpoints, like 4-player flashpoints, we would chain pull stuff, and I was a tank. And so I would leave the fight when there was still some work to be done to pull the next group, and we would just chain pull through the whole instance. That can be a little brutal, though, because if you don't know what you're doing, you get your group wiped if you're not careful. But I've done stuff like that as well. We had another person in our group try to do it and got us all killed. There's a little bit of an art form to that. I've already finished Ziost. I'll admit I do. Like I said, honest to God, I didn't even see that there was a player there when I ran by you. I was just so focused on the next set of NPCs that it didn't even register in my head that I just ran by another person. So I definitely get into that kind of mentality sometimes. Wow, these are selling cheap right now. All right, $230, huh? We'll go to $220. We'll give somebody... Oh, $222. That sounds great. Which is almost a little disturbing that I actually ran by a player. Because I try to... If I'm in an area where other players are, I do try to at least be some level of considerate of letting other people do things. You know, not just hogging stuff or ninja looting or anything like that. But yeah, I completely didn't see you, which is crazy. Okay, let's see. Do we want to try to squeeze in one more? That should give us about half of our conquest. Yeah, we're at 250 of 500. Both the Zaxes are done. All right, let's see what's on the list. It would be, honestly, if I go up and somebody's doing something and I took something. So my policy is this, like if I see some clickable object that I need, but there's a spawn of NPCs around that object and somebody is fighting those NPCs, I will not go up and click that object. I think it belongs to them. They're doing the work. They should get the object, right? And if I did click on that and somebody yelled at me, I would be like, you are right. I am sorry. If I messed up or didn't see somebody, so that's kind of where I go. Outside of that, if I see somebody's closer to an object, I will literally move my character and stand behind them as if I'm in a line to let them know I'm not going to take this thing from you, right? Because most of that stuff respawns so fast that it's not that big of a deal. So yeah, I try to play that way. Not everybody does. Another thing I try to do, though, if I come up to an object that's a clickable and there's combat, I will click the object during combat so that the respawn counter starts while I'm in combat so that it will respawn faster so the next person that comes up has a better chance of getting it quicker. So I try to do that for people as well. But those are all just personal policies. There's no game rules against any of that. You can go click on anything you want. There's nothing anybody can do about it. Let's see. So we have done Yavin, Oricon, CZ, Ziost, and Coruscant. I don't feel like doing Osis and Onderon. I'd like to do those on Zax. They're more fun on Zax. Yeah, it's... Unfortunately, there's a bit of a single-player entitlement to general feeling. I don't know what I was... Single-player entitlement. Yeah, I don't know what I was going for there, but just kind of a play style in a lot of players that is unfortunate. But I've also met some very, very kind people in the game, so not everybody's like that. All right, Black Hole, Section X, no thanks. McKeb, no thanks. Iocath, ooh, I don't like the Iocath missions. Osis Onderon, Rishi, Manon, Runic. Yeah, nothing's jumping out at me as anything I really want to do. It is almost 1. We've been going 2 hours, so we might slowly start to wrap up here. Yeah, I don't like Iocath. I don't like McKeb. Those probably are the bottom 2. Onderon, I don't mind on the Republic side. I don't like it on the Imperial side. I've got a path down on Onderon that's actually not too bad. It's long. There's a lot of quests on it. But yeah, Onderon I don't mind. I make a big giant backwards S. We've talked about it though. The thing that does suck on Onderon is the foliage and the trees and the ground clutter. Those can be rough. Yeah, that's legitimate. And your camera angles can get messed up and it can get hard to see stuff. Yeah, that's I've gotten to the point where I've been able to work around that for the most part. And I've done them so many times that I kind of know where things are. So it doesn't get in the way. Not much you can do about the trees. If you're having trouble with the stuff on the ground, if you go into preferences, I don't know what you're running right now. But if you go to graphics, you can actually turn down... here, if you turn the grass quality way down, it'll turn off a lot of the grass, and it'll make it easier to see the stuff on the ground. I don't think any of these will turn down the tree stuff, though. That's just kind of you're stuck with. But that can help if you turn down the grass quality. Let's see. Does Defil have Onderon? Let's go check. I'll run Onderon. I can get one more run in tonight. It's not a huge improvement, but it does help a little bit. And again, only for like those glowy circles on the ground. It's all good. All right, let's go see if I have Onderon stuff unlocked on this guy. Onderon, there we go. Yeah, I actually don't mind Onderon, but your complaints are very legitimate. Yeah, I play with pretty much everything maxed out, I think, on Old Republic. It can be in operations and PvP, it can get a little rough. But for the most part, it works okay.
Sir, we they
So there are a lot of missions you can see on Onderon. All right, let's knock the one out in town here, and then we'll go look at some foliage. Are you going to run Onderon? I'll wait for you if you want to run it together. I can show you the path that I go. Yeah, I'm happy to team up. I haven't run anything group-wise in a while. But much like you leave Victus behind, man, I'll leave you behind if you don't keep up. Yeah, I saw you in much earlier than you probably logged in. Did you get the dude up here? Oh, I saw the space bar jump. Holy cow, I'm popping codex entries. I must not have run it on this guy very much. Hold on, let me check something. Okay, yeah, it'll be fine. I don't know if I've ever run Onderon with another person. Do you get credit for that container? You're good. Don't sweat it. like I said, I am definitely the type of player that I would rather run content slower with a friendly group than fast by myself. Not a problem. Alright, so are you a completionist? Do you kill everything in the instance, or you just go for the objectives? I will play either way. Because we don't need to fight that group down there. We just need to fight this group over here. For the mission, but I'm happy to do it either way. Yeah, I say they all deserve to die. That's all good. I can see it. It's blocked for everybody else. So that's fine. Yeah, my chat's actually behind the extra life thing there. I do that just so that I like to keep the streams family friendly, and we'll call it PG-13. I'm not afraid to be a little bit crazy, but I want to be able to control what goes out, and so I block the chat, but I can still see it. So if you type anything in there, it's good. Alright, so the first thing we need to find should be right around here. Okay, so anyway, so what you can do, like, so if you look at the grass here, right? Oh, wrong button. If you come into preferences and graphics, you turn this grass down, you're going to see when I apply this, the dirt, it basically leaves a texture, but all the individual blades of grass go away. So it can make it a lot easier to find, you know, things that are glowy on the ground. So anyway, here. So this is, I'm not going to click on it yet, but there's the thing. And so if we see that circle's sometimes hard to see. If I turn my grass quality all the way back up, okay, it's a little bit out, but all this grass can definitely block it. So, all right, go ahead and click on it. We'll see if we both get credit for it. I think we will. Like I said, yeah, I got credit. I've never done these with another person, so. Okay, so where I like to go is I tend to go this way. Oh, make sure I'm going the right way. No, I did not go the right way. My bad. I took the wrong fork in the road. This is one of the corners on the swoop track right here. You come out of this tunnel and there's a corner right here. So this is one of the tunnels you go through in the swoop event. Oh, I feel for you. You had ran all the way over there to get their attention, and then they ran all the way back to me. Alright, so we're just going to backdoor our way into this cave here. Now on this one, I don't know if we both have to grab a torch or not. Probably wouldn't hurt.
Now that the torch is lit, take it into their lair and light the ceremonial pyre. Be quick about it, though. The torch will go out in a couple of minutes.
Sure it will. Alright, I didn't know if it let us both in here or not. Alright, make sure you get credit for this, and if we have to come back in a second time, we can. Yeah, absolutely. So I gave you credit. Good. Oh, I love the circle. This is as big as the room. Alright, for some reason we aggroed the group in the next room. That's a weird little bug. It'll slow us down a little bit, but nothing horrible. Oh, no worries. Oh, is Bessie just in here fighting him? She's a trooper. You go, Bessie. Feel free to click on anything. I don't have to click on everything. I feel greedy. All right. Another one down. Alright, when we exit the temple here, stay to the right. If you stay to the right on the exit, you'll not aggro the group that's just on the left there. Save you a little bit of time. Yeah, these kind of things are such a pain to see. It will respawn actually relatively quickly. Like there you go. Like getting your camera to go through the jungle canopy is a pain in the butt. I know there's more around here. The other thing that I'll sometimes do, just because I know how to find this one really easy, is if you just wait here, it'll respawn. You can just click the same one again. So when I have trouble finding them sometimes, I'll just come back to the one that I already placed. Oh yeah, those bundle mounts have like a 1 or 2 second turbo boost that is definitely nice. Oh, there's one. Once it gets past that turbo boost, then it calms back down and puts itself back into normal speed mode. But yeah, especially running like heroics where you're just jumping from objective to objective and stuff. It's a nice little perk. Yeah, here's the same thing, right? Getting through the jungle canopy is just a pain.
That seems to have some coordinates. You should investigate to see what they're up to.
This is probably some of the worst area to fight in. Oftentimes for these, what I'll do is just because of exactly what you said, is I'll come out here and I'll run down the beach. Because you can usually find enough of these things right along the beach here. So you don't have to fight inside those stupid trees. Oh, why can't I click on that? There we go. Alright, let's see. There should have been a bonus mission that popped up back here. Did it let you in, or did it put you in your own instance? This might be separate instances for us. Oh, no worries. Okay, separate instances? Okay. Cool. Oh, you beat me. I think it's impressive how much you guys accomplish in such a confined space. Okay, let's see. There should be... Yeah, there should be a little spot on the ground here somewhere. This is the one thing I do dislike about this planet is sometimes finding the little things you're looking for can be a pain. And obviously I don't take my own advice and turn my grass quality down. If I ran it more often, I'd probably spot it easier, but if you find it, let me know. Or just click it. I think that could be it, but it's not. Come on. I've probably run by it twice by now. Yeah, this one's a pain. All right, widen my search a little bit, but shouldn't be over. Oh, there it is. I found it. All right, moving on. Oh, did it not give you credit for that one? Did you get credit or no? It looks like on mine that you didn't get credit. And I don't remember where I found it. Yeah, because it looks like on the map that it didn't give you... It was a troubling one. But unfortunately now I can't see it, so... Yeah, it might have been... Crap, I wish I could remember. I should have stayed where I was at. Wouldn't have been this far. There should be like... some bones around it. What about right here? Is there a thing next to this set of bones? Oh, you're good. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, so when we find those, we'll have to make sure that we both click on them. I'm learning stuff too. It makes it fun. Let's see. Alright, that's the first one for me. Let me know if it gives you credit or not. Okay, so we're both gonna have to click on those as well, it looks like. Move, Bessie. Does it despawn and respawn for you after I click it? Well, you're the conqueror of Onderon. You should love this planet. Yeah, I got the weekly done. Did you already get that one? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Capture and release. Is it not working? I haven't done Onderon in a while, so... Make sure I'm going the right way. Yep. Yeah, I took off. I'm still here though. I'm waiting at the next tracking the beast location. So does it put this in the same spot for you? The little green marker? Cool. Oh, okay. We both got credit for that one. Awesome. So this one's not working? I'll sometimes passive my companion on these because they'll kill them too fast. Oh yeah, the little thing's not there, huh? Alright, did it put it in mission items for us? Okay, so if you do it this way... So what you can do is if it's not on the menu, go to your mission items and then put it on your hotbar and you can use it from there. The pacification pacification darts. Alright, let's see if we both get credit for these or not. Yeah, the little thing's not on the whatchamacallit though. That's kind of dorked. Did he give you credit for that one? Okay, so we're gonna. So did you find the item in your mission items then? I usually have trouble finding the stupid cages. Again, I hate this. Much like you, I hate the foliage here. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and just grab it. I've got my last one, so you can take whichever ones you find. Let's see. Let's finish the bonus mission. Ooh, don't die. Oh, I did die. That's all right. All right, I'll come find you. All right, I'm gonna put Bessie on heels. All right. I've got all mine done, so we'll grab them for you now. Did he give it to you? Oh, okay. I'll try not to attack this one anymore. Oh. Not sure where that one went. Okay. I'll quit attacking at about 60%. Alright, I'm gonna leave it alone. I wonder if it's me. Okay, I must have put Bessie on heals. I wonder if me attacking them is messing up your ability to capture them. So I'll let you attack the next one. See if it works. Did it give it to you? Or are they just disappearing on you? This one's acting way buggy. Okay, two things we could try. We could just drop group and see if that's messing it up. And then we can group back up when you're done. Or I can just make you the leader. That also might work. Yeah, sometimes it's just... A lot of this stuff isn't necessarily designed to be group-based, so... If you as group leader doesn't work, then we can just drop group and see if you can get it completed. But yeah, that's funky because I can see them disappearing. So you're definitely hitting them with this thing, but it's not converting it over to a friendly for you, which is weird. That is so broken. Alright, I'm going to drop out of the group. We'll try one more and see if we can get it to work for you. If this doesn't work, you might just have to skip it. You don't need it for the weekly, so... Yeah. Alright, that's broken. Sorry. I'm not sure on that one. Alright, you just want to move on then? I don't know if there's anything we can do. Yeah. The nice part is at least on Onderon, there's more missions than you need for the weekly, so it doesn't block you from completing the weekly. Which would really suck. Oh, the rule is if you knock me off my speeder, you have to die. There it is. Now this fight I normally go back out to the lake. It's just easier. Same reason, the trees suck. Hello, friends. Are you getting credit for the bonus missions too? Oh, do you not have a mission here? I've got Subterranean Shakeup. No, sorry. Scorn the Dishonored. Okay. Well, I'll just finish this one up real quickly. And then we'll go do Subterranean Shakeup. Alright, hopefully we'll grab the rest of these on the way out to the next section. I need one more. Oh, no, there's one here. That'll do it. Down the river we go. There we go. That wasn't a bad run. Little buggy. 2 bugs on the one mission. That was weird. You got the weekly and stuff done though, right? We got enough missions in for that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a little weird because there's a little bit of a delay between what I'm doing and what you're doing and things like that. But it's fun to group up, though. Like I said, I haven't grouped up in Old Republic for a while. I don't think I have any cool dances on this guy. I'll just do a sad dance. There we go. I'll do that one. Well, I don't know how helpful the grass thing actually was. We didn't do very good on those. Those sucked. But all in all, not a bad run. Oh, you're one of those. You've unlocked all the different emotes. That's probably a part of the game I've actually neglected quite a bit. I haven't actually grabbed a lot of those kind of things. Absolutely, man. It was fun. All right. That being said, though, I'm probably going to call it for tonight. Actually, how far did I get? We'll see how we did on Conquest. I can't remember what Onderon gives, but I don't think I have another one in me. It's been a long day. Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely a long work day today. Let's see. Yeah, we're about halfway, so I can finish him up with Coruscant like on a different day. So, let's see. Did we sell some stuff? We did sell some stuff. Let's see how my little credit empire is doing here. What did we sell? We sold some command encryptions. We didn't sell some command encryptions. We sold some data spikes for 6 million, 6 million, 13 million for those, 5 million for those. Alright, let's see. What are command encryption selling for right now? Looks like we've got some at 1 million, 1.48. I think we'll put ours up for... We don't want to be the low bidder. 1.15. Okay, there's 107 at 1.15 million. So I think we'll go... We could go 1.4. I don't really want to undercut the 14 and the 5, though. Let's put it right in between. So we'll go 1.495. 1.49500. So what that should do is, yeah, it puts us above these 20, so they can get theirs sold first, but below that 107 pack. Chances are somebody's just going to come in and buy them all, so it won't matter that much, but that's a decent price. We'll go with that. What do we got here? Archaeology. Archaeology. Ooh, that's selling cheap. 150 then 400,000. At 150 is a bargain. Somebody should buy that. I'm going to sell mine for... I was selling them for 750. We'll sell ours for 400,000. I sometimes will just buy these and resell them because that is actually really cheap. If you look at the prices, they've been going for 400 recently and 700 historically. So if I want to, like, I could buy that and then relist it for 400,000. I'm just gonna leave it. Somebody else can get that nice cheap archaeology that needs it. I don't need the credits. Let's go ahead and yeah, the command encryptions, when they did the rebalance of the actually the logistic ones are sold out right now. So somebody must have come through and bought them. These used to sell a lot better. I made a lot of money off of these guys. $1 million-ish is about what they sell for now. Yeah, 1.15. This one's just below $1 million. But yeah, these used to, like, I would make Conquest on like 8, 9, 10 characters just because you could sell these for like 2, 3, 4, 5 million sometimes. But the inflation stuff that they changed dropped the bottom out of this market. So I don't sell near as many as I used to. But I'm sitting on a ton of credits, so I'm not too worried about it. What are we at now? Well, if I put my let's see, let's deposit $1 billion. I think that was too many zeros. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. 77 billion credits that I don't know what to do with, so. Yeah, early on they're crazy. Same thing with like the slicing components. Every time they raise the, like, if they ever raise this to 12, you can make so much money selling these early on, and then eventually the bottom drops out of the market. But I've made, yeah, billions just selling slicing components. So. All right, well, Nancy, thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate both the chat, but also the group. Like I said, I haven't run group content in Old Republic in a long time, so. Yeah, I've got more. I don't know. I know people that are richer than I am, but I don't have anything to spend it on. So here's what upsets people. Not upsets people, but let's see. People see this and they freak out. I have 88,000 cartel coins right now, which is just stupid. I should probably buy stuff with them, but I don't know. When I see something I want, I buy it. Other than that, I just leave them alone. So, Kyler sometimes gives me crap about, like, don't you have like 80,000 Conquest or cartel coins? It's like, yep. And it's just because I get them every month. I just don't spend them on anything. So, but absolutely, yeah. Thank you, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed this impromptu Star Wars run in the middle of the week. Tomorrow night we'll be back to Stardew Valley. We'll probably still work on our slime hutch a little bit. I don't know exactly what we're going to do. Yeah, that makes sense. I've gotten pretty much everything I want. So outside of buying stuff to sell on the GTN, which I don't need the credits anymore, I don't have a lot of use for it. But yeah, unlocks is probably the thing that I do most of the time, or do the account-wide unlocks for gear and stuff like that. But again, I just don't use them fast enough. So, but again, thank you, everybody. We do stream SWTOR for Extra Life, so you can see on screen. My link, I'll throw the link in the, where's my link button? There it is. Link in the chat, link in the description down below. That'll take you to my Extra Life donate page if you are interested. We raise money for Phoenix Children's Hospital to help heal sick kids. If you can't, that's fine as well. Share the link. The link is active 24/7. This stream, I really wasn't pushing Extra Life. I didn't even run any commercials. This was just hanging out with some friends and having some fun. So hopefully you enjoyed my Wednesday night dive into Star Wars. We'll be back at Stardew tomorrow, and then we will also jump back into SWTOR. We'll probably run the Rat Ghoul event on Saturday. So that being said, hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your night and or day, depending on what part of the country that you are living in. We'll leave you like we always leave you. Be part of a gaming community in whatever capacity makes the most sense for you. Go watch, play, or create something great. Have a wonderful night, everyone. Thank you so much. We will see you tomorrow. Take it easy, Lydia. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for the run, Nancy. I do appreciate it. It was fun. Have a good night, everyone.